Welcome to our presentation. In this mastermind course, we have been assessing the impact of a renovation project from the domains of conservation, reuse, architecture, sustainability, and heritage. And in this presentation, we will show you our findings and our results. The Atlas building is the main building of the Technical University of Eindhoven and was first built in 1963 by a design by Van Enden. Later, it was redesigned by Wietse Partijn in 1998 before Team V made an award-winning plan in 2019 for a renovation of the building in a very sustainable way. From our domains, we look at three main interventions of this renovation. First of all, the all-round transparent substructure, which should be more inviting to people on the campus. Secondly, the central hall and the red staircase that weave through the building and connect the more public spaces in the tower. And finally, the optimum reuse of facade elements, which is important for obtaining sustainability goals.
The assessment will be applied to three categories of the building envelope. Then the building characteristics will be analyzed with the indicators durability and energy use. For durability, there are three aspects of conservation: quality of the material, quality of the connection, and visual degradation. For energy use, these are change of values and recycled materials. In the analyze here, each building characteristic is shown with the data found of the pre-design on the left and the data of the design nowadays on the right. The letters A till G are all connected to a specific building element, which further on we are going to use for the structure of our impact assessment. For the impact assessment, a theoretical framework was made for the weight of each aspect. This is applied to each building characteristic and assessed with indicators. You can see this on the left. Further on, the weight of each building characteristic for the impact on conservation is defined. The graphics are showing the total impact of the indicators, which results in a final conclusion.
In the domain reuse, we have looked at three indicators: the vitality, showing the diversity of functions, the efficiency with relation to the accessibility of spaces, like the depth from the entrance, and the effectiveness with some centrality measures showing the relations between spaces. The analysis is done by modeling part of the building. We modeled the entrance floors in the before and the after situation. In the graphs, you can see that the before situation contained a lot more nodes than the after situation, and also the eigenvector centrality in the after situation is more evenly distributed over the nodes. The impact is assessed by making some statistical calculations, and as we see here, the vitality seems to have increased, and also the efficiency seems to have increased slightly, which is a desired result for the entrance floors of the Atlas building. The centrality measures show more ambiguous result and will be assessed as neutral.
For the architecture domain, the indicators are space, connection, and details. The play with double and single height spaces create a cathedral-like effect that is crucial to the identity of the building. And the entrance hall functions as a central connection of the building with the rest of the campus. Also, the materials used in the entrance hall further strengthen these spatial effects. The new floor plan of Team V has much more double-heighted spaces than the two previous floor plans. The south entrance is aligned with the rest of the facade to create 4 equal entrances, which strengthen the idea of having a campus where all the buildings are part of a network. Furthermore, Team V reduced the amount of colors and materials used in the entrance hall and in the exterior. Team V architecture did not only restore the original spatial qualities, but by adding the extra void and the red staircase, these qualities are even stronger than in the original plans. The red staircase complements the brutalist concrete structure, and by toning down the rest of the materials, the focus is kept on these two elements.
For the domain of sustainability, 3 different indicators that fit well with the evolution of the building are chosen from the methods. One for the environmental, the social, and the economic research field. These 3 indicators are translated into a theoretical framework with energy reduction as crucial aspect in the analysis. With the collected data, the problems of the pre-design and the interventions of the current design are assessed and juxtaposed. The drawing already gives us some information about the sustainable improvements of the building. The impact of the renovation is determined by comparing the before and after situation. The difference between the before and after situation is the outcome shown in the drawing. To make it a concrete comparison, a lot of numbers and calculations are used to find out that the interventions led to a reduction in CO2 emissions, a reduction in energy use, and also a reduction in costs.
For the heritage domain, the value lies in the character of the facade, which is at risk because of the new facade. Therefore, I test the aesthetic character with the reuse of the steel structure and the new element, the facade fin. The existing ground floor has been demolished. Therefore, I test the H value with the new design. The vertical facade grid stayed the same because of the reuse of the steel structure, but the format changed because of the balustrade is deleted. At its place, fins are introduced that project the balustrade but break the continuity of the vertical lines. The ground floor redesign is open based on the original by Van Emden. The reuse of the steel structures successfully maintains the character of the facade. The facade's fins manage to mitigate the change of the deleted balustrade and preserve the character creatively. Even though the redesign of the ground floor is successful, the change in value ignores the H value.
Here, the three main interventions are illustrated. You can see the relations between the different domains. As shown, some domains are related to one or two interventions, but sustainability is more about the whole building as of one specific intervention.
The high standards that Team V set with their focus on creating a sustainable building turned out in a great improvement in quality in every domain. The architectural quality of the actual design is preserved and experienced again in every detail.